York. You.
Blanco, how do you think the guys are doing?
Awesome.
To be Mr. FTHS takes commitment. You have to want it. You have to breathe it. You have to live it. And if you do that, then you could be Mr. FTHS.
Boy!
Mr. Mill, who do you think will win Mr. FTHS?
It's tough to say. There's so many deserving candidates. Obviously, there's two in here right now. I love the fact that Ryan Greeno's wearing a San Francisco Giants jersey. It's a throwback, so he's got the edge over Lane right now in my book. Chris Hoskins is up there, right? Who else is in it? Jake Kennis is in it? Wow, this is a very talented field. I don't know. So many talented young men. But I would have to support. All right, then I'm not going to support you, Lane. Anybody but Lane Shapiro.
Hey Ryan, how do you prepare for Mr. FTHS?
Can't talk right now. I'm working. See you at the show.
What does it take to be Mr. FTHS?
Interesting question. I actually have no clue, but I bet you whatever Coach English says has to be true.
Miss English, what does it take to be Mr. FTHS?
Oh, it's a very big responsibility. Very big responsibility. What I would suggest is, a combination of many aspects, different elements, such as Mr. Whitford's boyish charm, Mr. Leahy's fashion sense, Mr. Brusati's personality, Mr. Stoya's... No, wait, nothing about Mr. Stoya.
My hobbies include, gigantism, unsinking the Titanic.
Oh my God!
Unsinking the Titanic, reading to baby deer, and being invincible.
Doc P, what does it take to be Mr. FTHS?
To have a great personality and to be able to work with everybody in the class.
Well, Mr. FTHS is one of the most prestigious positions in the school, and I really think that I could be that. Like when I'm one of the tallest people in the school, when you're walking through the hallways, I'm the first thing you see.
Why do you deserve to be Mr. FTHS?
Well, I don't really know. Oh my God! Are you okay? Yeah, thank you. It's okay. I'm just saving people all day out here. I love you, man. Thank you. Sorry.
All right, I'm President James Pizzulo, officially announcing my candidacy for Mr. FTHS in 2016. Are there any questions? Yes.
Why do you think you should be Mr. FTHS?
Well, listen. Freehold Township deserves a Mr. FTHS with integrity and passion. Somebody who cares about the little guy, And that's me. I am so worried about the future of this school and this nation. So I'm sorry. I get a little scared.
Henry, how do you prepare for Mr. FTHS?
I don't know how much being prepared there is, but when I am being prepared, or when I'm preparing myself, I would say just being pumped about the whole process. I'm really excited. I think this should be a really good time, and that's the only preparation that I need.
What does it take to be Mr. FTHS?
Well, I honestly wouldn't know because it's not something I like to talk about a lot. I've applied for the last 8 years and I've never been once accepted. My application, I've been told, was lost. Someone said that it was once set on fire. I don't know why that would happen. But I'm going to compete anyway. You know, I am. I have my formal wear, and I'm ready to go for the night. So if my number gets called, you know, I'm still waiting for that phone call. I've been to every practice. I stand in the back, and most of the time I'm crying. But you know, I'm ready. You know, to be Mr. FTHS.
Ooh, Mr. FTHS, this year's a tough race, but I really think that Mr. Leahy has it this year. It's his year. I mean, 8 years that he just hasn't been able to get into the Mr. FTHS, but this year's his year. But otherwise, the next best person would be Kevin Hobbs. I mean, that red hair, you can't say no to that.
How do you prepare for Mr. FTHS?
I eat, I sleep, I eat again, I'll go back to sleep, then I'll eat again, and then I'll repeat.
What does it take to be Mr. FTHS?
I think to be Mr. FTHS, you have to be personable, very positive, and really good looking. Oh, and that knocks out about half of them.
I'm beautiful in every single way, and words don't bring me down.
Mr. Orlinsky, what does it take to be Mr. FTHS?
Oh man, I think it takes a lot of heart, a lot of school spirit, a lot of passion, a lot of dedication, and a lot of bribery, for sure.
Oh, 2003. Oh.
I love practice.
Oh
Yes, Lane, work it.
You gotta be this tall to be Mr. FTHS.
Mr. Monifus, what does it take to be Mr. FTHS?
It takes dedication.
That's
dedication.
it? Sounds good.
Okay.
I got a taste for what it would be like to be Mr. FTHS, and I just really want the opportunity.
Mr. Brusati, what does it take to be Mr. FTHS?
Well, I think first and foremost, we can't overlook the fact that you have to be a student at FTHS to be Mr. FTHS. And then I think it's very important that you are suave, you are intelligent, and that you have great influences in your life, like DJ Khaled. I hear the kids love him. So I think if you're inspirational, like DJ Khaled, then you could be Mr. FTHS.
Why do you deserve to be Mr. FTHS?
I just think my sense of maturity has really carried out and inspired my other classmates.
Kobe.
Who do you think will win Mr. FTHS?
How do you say your last name? Johnny Candell. He told me to say that. He told me to say that.
How do you think Steven will do in Mr. FTHS?
Oh, he can totally win because he can charm the pants off of anybody, except for his mother. So, if he put as much effort into Mr. FTHS, which he has for years, he might really have a chance. Steve, put that much effort into everything else that you do.
Steven Manzar, how do you prepare for Mr. FTHS?
You know, I just stick to my normal routine. I wake up in the morning, I have the usual, I take a shower, usually outside. I eat my 3 bowls of Lucky Charms, even though I'm not supposed to. My mom says no, but I say yes.
How do you prepare for Mr. FTHS?
I mean, I went to the gym a couple times, you know, had a couple protein shakes, but I guess that's pretty much it.
We already did this.
Yeah, Bruce just threw up.
How do you prepare for Mr. FTHS? In my face!
Help! 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 Tyler! Tyler!
How do you prepare for Mr. FTHS?
He doesn't!
Oh my god, again! Not again, Tyler!
Flip him over.
No!
SmackDown!
Tyler! Tyler!
Yeah?
Ah!
Is
This is a wonderful, great time.
We're having so much fun right now.
What happened, Tyler?
Johnny got a little extra macho today. I had to calm him down, you know.
We got to. Shut up. Oh my God.
Where's the blood?
I mean, he drew blood, but I still came up out on top.
Henry, how do you prepare for Mr. FTHS?
How am I prepared?
Yeah.
Blankets.
What does that mean?
Blankets.
Yes.
A lot of bicep curls, strictly bicep curls. That's probably about it.
Hey Jake, what happened to your eye?
That's a good question, John. I think you can answer that for me.
I hit him with a snowball.
Emma, can I use your phone to record?
As I walk, right to my spot. I turn around. I look. The snowball nails me right in the eye.
I didn't mean to.
I lost my.
Oh.
Nick Curran is super excited about Mr. FTHS. What does it take to be Mr. FTHS?
Just gotta be a stud. That's it.
Gonna be juggling snowballs.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
Buffy, how do you prepare for Mr. FTHS?
Like that?
It's for the chicks. Strictly for the ladies.
How do you prepare for Mr. FTHS?
You gotta stay hydrated. That's the key. It gives you the energy to be successful.
Don't throw the dog!
Oh, what's up? What's up?
How do you prepare for Mr. FTHS?
Am I preparing? Some little squats and stretching. Yeah, I learned my twerking. And
How do you think we're doing with this?
Personally, I feel amazing. I know I'm gonna kill it regardless of what happens. But I mean, Kevin just took his pants off, so I don't know what that tells me.
Oh wow.
Their routine is awesome. Not.
Why should you be Mr. FTHS?
Because I'm overly qualified, handsome, smart, funny.
Jake Russo, how do you prepare for Mr. FTHS?
I've been playing a lot of sports lately, preferably rugby, a little bit of baseball as well. Yeah, I go out in my backyard and play a little catch with my brother.
How do you prepare for Mr. FTHS?
I don't.
How do you prepare for Mr. FTHS?
I do.
How do you prepare for Mr. FTHS?
I hug trees.
Adam, what are you doing?
Just warming up.
Warming up for what?
Mr. FTHS, I'm about to be king. That's what.
Gary, how do you prepare for Mr. FTHS?
me, I've been doing a lot of dancing, and one strategy is a little bit unorthodox. I've come to drinking this performance-enhancing ketchup.
How are we doing at practices?
I'm alive. I'm alive.
I want to thank my parents for getting me here. I want to thank my youth pastor, John. Yeah, John, man, he's really been helping me. I've been through a lot of things in my life. Tunisia. That was a big part of what made me who I am today. What I am today. A werewolf.
Should we try that from... Wait, no. Oh, yeah, sorry. Just go to Genie in a bottle.
Blanca, how do you think the boys are doing today?
Oh, awesome.
Yeah?
Let's go. Time's up. Out.